Olá pessoal, este vídeo é o quarto de uma série de 7 que estamos apresentando semanalmente. No vídeo de hoje haverá uma demonstração sobre medição de deslocamentos de eixos rotativos utilizando o software e seus recursos. Os vídeos mostrados foram todos filmados utilizando a revolucionária e absolutamente incrível tecnologia de processamento de vídeo motionamplification da RDI. Será apresentado pelo CEO e fundador da empresa, Jeff Hay.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about shaft displacement and inspection. I'm going to turn on the rotokit once again. And so this again is sort of unrelated. This is a little bit definitely from any sort of motion amplification in the traditional sense. Let me talk about that just a little bit. And so what I want to talk about here is the idea about using this in a new way, right? In a way in which you can get at sort of shaft measurements and also inspection, right? So you can go through and utilize a camera to do some things with the couplings and the rotation to be able to do and measurements on the shaft itself. So let me I think it's a demonstration again. I'll wait for the demonstration slide here. A demonstration is much better to show this. So let me bring this up. First I wanted to show you this concept of speed detection, right? So once you understand the speed, you can do interesting things with it. The camera can actually determine the speed of an asset, right? So we're going to do that. And I'm actually going through right now and using the camera itself to calculate the speed of the asset. So here it calculated 1499.27 RPM. I kind of know this asset. I'm saying that's acceptable. I'm happy with that, right? And so now we have the speed of the asset put in. And once you have the speed of the asset put in, you can do some pretty interesting things with the camera. So the first thing I want to show you is this idea of shaft inspection. So this is actually just an inspection tool in and of itself. Let me go into that. So I'm going to change the acquisition type, right? So I've inputted I've measured the shaft speed here, and then I'm going to go into shaft inspection mode. So this is going to go into a specialized mode that's really designed about inspecting the shaft, inspecting couplings. You'll see inspecting chains, and different assets. And so you can see now that I can actually see the shaft, even though that you shouldn't be able to see it, right? And I'm going to do a recording here. And the idea behind this is to be able to inspect right on the spot, be able to inspect things like couplings and shafts and so here I'm going to play this back, right? But what you'll notice is we have this incredibly high resolution on the inspection. I can go through on the shaft inspection. I can go through and actually spin the shaft around and then look at it, right? And so what's really nice about that is the ability to be able to do this on the spot in the field and look at couplings and things like that. Now, there are other ways to do this, and we all know that you can do a strobe and that sort of thing, and that will get at this too. But what's nice about this is, one, you don't need another tool, and two, it's sort of like just an additional evaluation you can do with the camera. It also provides a record, so it's really easy to have this data that you can then take back and have a video recording of that. But the last thing I wanted to mention about this in relation to a strobe is that if you move away from the asset, there's no consequence. And in other words, with a strobe, as you move away, the light diminishes. And if you've ever used a strobe, you have to be pretty close with the strobe to be able to see it. And you don't have that issue here with shaft inspection. And so, again, I just wanted to demonstrate that and show that, because this is a really easy way to be able to go through and capture this and record it, and also have it for recall at another time. And so we can actually go through, I'm going to go through and kind of show some videos here of some component inspections So this would be, sort of not just shafts, but anything that's rotating. So this would be the sheave here that we've locked into that frequency. And then we're going to look at the other sheave here to be able to lock into to that frequency. So again, you can inspect multiple components with this throughout it. And then the other thing, and I'll kind of, while you're watching this, I'll just speak to this. We're getting the belt here. You can also do inspections with, you can also do a displacement measurement as well on the shaft. So you can actually measure the operational run out of the shaft in addition to just this inspection. So you can quantify the motion of a shaft when you're measuring it, right? So here are all of them together. We have you have a own little video editor that allows you to produce these quadrant videos. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so let's do this next one we'll talk about here. So this is, again, a shaft inspection tool. We'll talk about the displacement measurements too. You can actually draw boxes on these shafts and actually make a measurement of the shaft as well. So it's kind of like operational run out. You can get the displacement. So again, doing this with the shaft. Now here's the measurement tool. We haven't talked about this or shown this yet, but see how we draw the box there, and we can actually measure the motion while it's running with a camera. Again, this is all leveraging the fact that we're using a camera to be able to do that. So let me show that one more time there. We're actually able to measure the run out there of the shaft itself. Again, non-contact, right? You can't make contact, and we're leveraging the fact that a camera can measure this without actually having to make contact, which would be impossible. I mean, similar to what a prox probe does without it having to affix any sort of thing to the asset. So again, just kind of going through some of these tools. There's again shaft inspection. Here's a damaged coupling. And then here's that other shaft that you saw before with another look. So again, just wanted to demonstrate this, in the sense that, it's really the camera that's allowing us to do these new techniques with visualizing it and getting sort of this high resolution look. So here are some belts slipping, so you can lock into the belt frequency. So here's the shaft measurement. Here's a demonstration of it. So we pick a type of shaft, a horizontal or a vertical shaft. And then we go through and we draw a box. Really, it's really that simple. You draw the box there, and then it measures and calculates, and then you can actually go through and do it on the other side here of the coupling, and then we're going to make two measurements, and then you can actually see, they're demonstrating the peak to peak. So some of these videos, we've some of our partners, you'll notice other logos on there, like this is RMS. Some partners from around the world, and some of our partners here in the U.S. and customers as well have provided nice videos for us to use. We appreciate that.
Agradecemos a atenção dada ao quarto vídeo desta série. Na próxima semana, apresentaremos um vídeo sobre inspeção de componentes rotativos. Na era da indústria 4.0, a Vitek disponibiliza as mais avançadas tecnologias de monitoramento online, como análise de óleo, vibrações, motores elétricos, que integradas permitem acompanhar o desempenho das plantas em tempo real e à distância. Acompanhe-nos nas redes sociais, LinkedIn, Facebook e YouTube, onde disponibilizamos palestras, trabalhos técnicos e vídeos para a sua atualização.